Welcome friends to another 40k video. Today we look at Lorgar and the Word Bearers and what happened between them, the Emperor, Roboute and Malcador during the Great Crusade at Monarchia. What did the Emperor stop there? Spoilers for the First Heretic by Aaron Dembski Bowden throughout. Let's get straight into it. Lorgar welcomes both Roboute and Malcador to Monarchia, the devastated world around them, and Lorgar wants to know what happened to this planet where a great monument to the Emperor had once stood. Malcador says the planet was not compliant. Lorgar denies this and says these people honoured the Emperor, chanted his name. Malcador says they worshipped. Lorgar says revered, and batters Malcador aside, breaking bones. And then he confronts his Primarch brother Roboute, screaming, "Why did you do this?" Roboute and Lorgar go back and forth, and Malcador says into their minds that he will not listen to me, clearly addressing another person. And then there was a blinding light, as the Emperor of Mankind joined them, and his father showed many faces to those who looked. He was a tired, aging man, then a young warlord. Lorgar saw in that face cold eyes with an edge of disappointment. And the Emperor said, "Lorgar," and the Primarchs responded, "Father." The Emperor physically whispered, "Kneel," and there was no resisting, as at the Master of Mankind's command, 100,000 word-bearers kneeled. Then Lorgar is ordered to do the same, and the Ultramarines, at Roboute's command, stood. The Emperor tells Lorgar his purpose, to be a general, to reunite humanity under the shield of truth. And he says that the people worshipping him brings humanity to the edge of extinction. Lorgar says his Marines are loyal to the Imperium, and the Emperor says, "Not my Imperium." His Imperium will be enlightened and saved by the truth. Lorgar refutes this and says his father is a god in all but name. As the book puts this, "You are immortal, undying, seeing all and knowing all that transpires across creation. Father, you are a god in all but name. All that remains is to confess it." The Primarch's name is spoken with the Emperor's mind like a wall of pressure. Lorgar insists what he believes is true. The Master of Mankind insists Lorgar's perspective is ancient and a danger to all. Lorgar says he will listen. The Emperor's judgment is laid out. The Legion has failed, their victories ring hollow, and they drive populace, after conquering them, into a false faith. He says that of all the legions, they alone have failed him. The Emperor says, "Serve the Imperium as he commands, and learn the lesson of this day." The word-bearers rose at the Emperor's command as he left, and Lorgar fell to his knees and looked on the rubble of the world that surrounded him. Argyll Tell, a word-bearer, says to go back to their ships, and Lorgar approaches the Ultramarines Primarch, for it is his legion that have laid waste to this planet. At the command of the Emperor, he asks if Roboute enjoys his shame, and in reply Roboute says he had one last thing to tell Lorgar, that warriors of the Emperor's own Legio Custodes will travel with the word-bearers. Lorgar says they are not needed. The Ultramarine Primarch says they will be the Emperor's eyes. Lorgar says his devotion is his strength. He asks his brother how he would feel if a world of Ultramar fell as this one had. Roboute says he should return to his ship, as he has much work to do. Lorgar's answer to this is a blow that puts Roboute down. The weapons of both legions begin to focus on each other. Roboute rose slowly, and Lorgar warns him not to mock him. Malcador speaks up, but Lorgar says to stay out of it, and without brotherly bloodshed. They each return to their prospective ships. So if the Emperor was not a god, who were the gods? Lorgar's search to find answers. Afterwards, getting none from his father, takes him and his legion to the edge of the Eye of Terror, to Cadia, you may have heard of that place, where there is a blood sacrifice, and he speaks to one of the ruinous powers' representatives. It says Lorgar is the favoured son of the powers, chaos undivided. They are the gods he seeks, behind the veil of the stars. It says, If Lorgar's sons, the word bearers, go into the Great Eye, when they return, they will come back with weapons and as answers, and it says yes, this will hurt them. Then Argeltel and others go and see the Eldar fall, how they fail to embrace the primordial truth, which humanity must do to not meet the same fate. The demon shows them more how Lorgar was born in terror in the Emperor's lab. They see how he and the other Primarchs are protected by a Gellerfield, that its real purpose is to protect them from demons, and then the creatures of chaos claim they whisked away the Emperor's children, and the word-bearers are then tested and must lower the Gellerfield. They do, and demons take them. Some are killed, others live with the demon inside them. Those that live return with the gifts of chaos and spread their new truth. Lorgar undergoes this test, and he is also changed and embraces a new truth. Once he would only have been able to follow what his father said. Now he can use this new truth to enlighten humanity and save them from the fate of the Eldari. So, now friends, I turn this over to you. Do you have any sympathy for the word bearers? Are the ruinous powers gods? Have you disobeyed the master of mankind? Comment down below.